I love disguises. Having a class that can make himself look like any person in the server is one of the things that makes TF2 so unique. The game can go from a chaotic FPS to a game of Among Us when there is a spy who knows how to use disguises correctly on the opposing team. Without disguises, I wouldn't be a spy main. Hell, I don't think I would even be playing TF2. I'm a firm believer that the phrase disguises don't fool good players is total BS. I also believe that there's no such thing as a bad disguise. Okay, I take that back. There are two disguises that I believe can work, but any disguise would work better in any situation you would use them in. The Scout and Heavy disguise. Now, I know that the Scout disguise is a popular pick for a lot of spies. I could explain to you why I believe the Scout disguise is bad, but that's not the topic of this video. And I'm planning on making a video on it later, so here's the main reason why I think it's bad. The speed. It's off. You know, it's like really obvious to catch a spy with the Scout disguise. It's almost impossible to disguise act as Scout. You could spam jump in every direction, but you don't have the ability to double jump. Usually when you're making a disguise play, you either keep the act up all the way until you gain their trust, so they're okay with getting close to you, so you can stab them. Or you fool them with your disguise until they get distracted so that you can quickly drop the act and kill them. With the Scout disguise, both of these are really hard to do. It's going to be really hard to stab them if you're jumping around in every direction. And with the other one, they will most likely, spot that something's wrong before they get distracted. So what about the Heavy disguise? It's rare to see spies use it, so people won't expect it. So you can usually fool players really well with it. So what's the problem? There's a reason why it's rare to see spies use it. It is the slowest disguise out of them all. Going back to the two most common disguise plays, the Heavy disguise is a gamble. You have to hope that someone walks in front of you, because if you have to choose the other option, it's going to be impossible to catch up with the enemy team. And by the time you made it, they probably would have realized that something's wrong, and there's a bug on my screen, great. These are the two disguises that you will almost never see me disguise as. But my goal as a spy main is to try and master every tactic and skill for spy. So in order to learn the art of bad disguises, I decided to give myself a challenge. I have to get 100 kills using only the Heavy and Scout disguise. 100 kills may seem like a baby number, which it kind of is, but believe it or not, I have a life outside of YouTube and TF2, and I'm making the intro after the first session, and this challenge actually ended up being a bit harder than I thought it would be. So I'm keeping it at 100, grab a bucket of chicken, and some Bonk Atomic Punch, because you're about to watch a 200-hour spy main, getting 100 kills using only bad disguises. I started off the challenge by joining in the middle of a match of Gorge. The very first kill was a distracted Heavy that I snuck up on. After that, the other spy on my team caused people to get paranoid, and I accidentally got shot while invis, which got me hunted, and I was in the same area that he stabbed people in. After that, I ran to get the large health and ammo because I was at very low health, but the same spy decided to be a greedy little and steal it from me while I was at 12 health. At that moment, I knew I was dead, so I decided that I would attempt a trick stab, and the result definitely surprised me. That was one of the greatest moments in the challenge. Also, the greedy spy died right after he stole the health pack, so yeah, he kind of wasted what he stole from me. The rest of the match went bad. I wasn't able to get many kills, and the match ended with me only having 5 kills. That is when I realized this challenge was going to be way harder than I thought. I started off in the next match in Moss Rock on Red Team with my normal loadout I use at the beginning of a round when I'm on defense. I died without getting a single kill on my first life, so I swapped to full stock for some reason. After that, I didn't get a single kill for the first half of the round because we got steamrolled. Lovely. I got the first stab of the match on an unaware pyro running to the front lines. After that, me and some other spies ended up in the same place, so I thought it would be a good time to disguise act with the Heavy disguise. And I got this kill on this pyro. Perfect. I ended off with a sad 4 kills, so I swapped servers and joined in the middle of a match of Lakeside, King of the Hill. This server was pretty bot infested, but I would continue to stay in this server for a while. At some point in the match, this medic decided to pocket me, and what happened was hilarious.
Mission ends in 60 seconds. On Earth, the control point is being contested.
Skill. I ended off the match with 7 kills. Sad. The next map chosen ended up being Cascade, which is a really good map for Spy, so I had high hopes. The next match started out really well with me getting consistent kills, but then these weird new bots joined the enemy team, and they kept killing me. These bots, not only could they always see where I am when I was invisible, but they had aimbot and crit hacks. Valve, fix your game, please. After the enemy team kicked their bots, the match ended with 7 kills. Yeah, those high hopes I had ruined by bots. Thanks a lot. We swapped maps to Viaduct, and I started off the match with a juicy trick stab on a demo night. The rest of the match was pretty normal, and I ended off with another sad 8 kills. We voted for Viaduct again, which is good because it's my favorite map in King of the Hill. I had a hard time getting kills for the rest of the time, and it was getting late, so I logged off for the day, and I made a total of 36 kills. This beginning was bumpy, but the rest of the challenge would get easier. The next day, I decided to experiment and equip the Big Earner, and oh my god, it ended up being the best decision in this challenge. This next match was one of the best matches in the whole challenge. After a few picks, I positioned myself behind a group of people and got this really satisfying chain stab. After that, I got a 5 kill streak and died. I kept on getting consistent kills for the rest of the match until it ended. This time I got 15 kills. Still not as much as I would usually get, but up to this point, it's the best I've done in this challenge. After this match, I re-queued and got put in the middle of a losing game of Badwater Basin, and that went as expected. I got 3 kills and left. The next match was on Sawmill. This server was kinda split. Half the players were new and the other half were more experienced. I did well and ended off the match with 15 kills, and then re-queued. I joined a match of Granary with barely any people in it, and this was the saddest match of them all. Not because I was doing bad. I did good this match, but because of how bad everyone else was doing. I was consistently getting kills for the short time this match lasted. The match ended with this really funny clip.
The control point is being captured.
I love being a spy main. After that, I joined a losing game of Barn Blitz. Not much happened in the game, except for, the coolest kill of the challenge, which I will be showing you now. The rest of the match was short because I joined in the middle, and I ended off with 8 kills. I swapped servers and joined a game of Badwater Basin. This was it. This was the last match of the challenge, and it went a little something like this. And this was the last kill of the challenge. The challenge was finally over. I could finally disguise classes that would actually work. I got 100 kills using only bad disguises. Thanks for watching. Ew.